Greetings, Facebook Live yogis. I am here to do a little bit of chair yoga. Grab a yoga strap or a scarf or a belt, and then we're going to do a little bit of breathing practice and compassion meditation for your afternoon Friday yoga break. I hope that you're contemplating and preparing yourself for a wonderful Independence Day weekend, and that you're going to find your independence in your body and in your life, and celebrate it this weekend. I want to share with you, before we get started, I'll just take 30 seconds to make sure that you know about the Jesus Silva Scholarship Fund for Badlands Yoga. This is a scholarship fund established by one of our members, Lucy Silva, in honor of her father, to support people in doing yoga who find that the cost is a barrier. So you can join Badlands Yoga's actual live Zoom classes where we pay attention to you and give you specific cues to help with your alignment and your wellness for free. All you have to do is go to badlandsyoga.com, and at the top of the schedule there's a link to the scholarship application. Pretty much it asks you why you want to do yoga, who you are, where you are, and if the cost of the passes would be prohibitive to you, and then asks you to commit to yourself that you're going to practice at least once a week with us. That's it. It can take up to a week for me to approve those, but it usually happens in the first 24 hours. So if you're interested in doing classes with us where we can see you and there's true instruction and true mentorship going on, but you can't afford it, then apply for the Jesus Silva Healing Yoga Scholarship Fund. And so you can be a part of our community of practice. Here on Facebook Live, we're happy to share these free practices, but it's not the same. We'll just leave it there. So, with your strap that you may have procured by now, we're going to start with some very gentle shoulder warm-ups. So I'm going to invite you to roll one shoulder back and look away, and roll the other shoulder back and look away. And we're going to do that once more on each side. And then take a wide grip on the strap, and then inhale up and exhale back. You want the strap to catch you behind. Inhale up above your head, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. Notice I'm not holding on for dear life, and I'm not cocking my wrist in a lot of funky ways. Inhale above your head. Now, squeeze your armpits together and down a little bit. Exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. The breath that I'm using is Ujjayi. You sort of smile with the back of your mouth. Now, the next time that you're back, inhale, right arm up, left arm over, exhale back to center. Inhale, the other arm up, exhale back to center. Small movements. Just notice how it feels in your body today. Now we're going to circle. So inhale over to one side and forward. Exhale the other way around. Inhale over to one side and forward. Exhale the other way around. We'll do that one more time. And then we're going to reverse. Now, if you notice that your whole body is moving, try to hold center. Lift your low belly to your low back ribs. And move through just the shoulders. The next time that you're back, inhale up. Exhale down. Rest your hands and breathe for just a moment. Now, put the strap, scarf, or belt over your hands and cross. See if you can get that cross above the elbow. And then catch the strap and start to walk your hands toward one another. So this is a preparation for what's called eagle arms. And then you start walking your hands toward one another. Eventually, you bring the palms of your hands together. Now you're going to pull your elbows back to their respective sides. Now notice which hand you chose to put on top. Open, exhale the other direction. If you're using the strap, take the strap in your hands, walk your hands toward one another. And if your hands connect, do that. Pull your elbows back to their respective sides. Inhale and open your arms. Now we're going to do a chair warrior one. Bring your arms up, but plug your upper arm bones into the sockets. Now engage the back of your upper arms, the triceps, to straighten through the elbows. So we're not here, but maybe we're here in a big Y. Now exhale, turn your palms down. Inhale, turn and look over one set of fingers. You want the creases of your elbows to be up. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn to the opposite side. Surrender the shoulders, but reach out through your arms. Now, exhaling again, turn your palms back, interlace your hands behind your back, and reach your knuckles down. We call this standing camel or chair camel around Badlands Yoga. Exhale, lift your low belly to your low back ribs, supporting your back, and hinge forward. Maybe your hands come away from your low back. Turn your head from side to side. Exhale. Press your belly in, back and up to stack your spine. Release and bring your hands back to neutral. We're going to do one or two standing poses before a little bit of breath practice. So remember, when you get out of the chair, no need to ever use your hands again. Heels back, reach your hands forward. Imagine you're pulling on ropes that are resisting you. Push into your heels, push your hips forward, and come up to standing. Now, I'm gonna turn midstream. So, I'm going to move the chair. Here we go. We're gonna use this chair to facilitate a triangle pose. You want your feet maybe 4 feet apart, but however far apart feels good to you. Turn both of your feet toward your chair seat. So this would be the back of the chair. Open your arms like we did for Chair Warrior 2. And then exhale, your pelvis is going to hinge, like my little teapot. Now, maybe this is your first place. Bring your fingertips to the seat of your chair. And then bring your top arm up. Your gaze can be at your big toe, straight forward, in line with your sternum, or up at your thumb. Do what feels best in your neck. Inhale, look down, press into your back heel. Exhale, up. And then we can hinge back together. Other side. This time, start with your hands on your hip bones. Turn both feet toward your chair seat. And then exhale, hinge at the lowest part without bending the side body. Reach one arm up and one arm down. Press on the outsides of both feet. Inhale, look down, press into the back heel. Inhale up. Now, face your chair seat, step wide. Open your arms out to the side. Exhale forward. Hands on the chair. Now here, you can drop your weight back and let your head fall. You can still maintain Ujjayi breath here. Remember, it's just like smiling with the back of your mouth, the inside of your mouth. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees a little bit. Lift your low belly to your low back ribs and hinge up. Hinge back to center. I'm going to turn my chair to face you again. Go ahead and have a seat. Lay down if you're in your yoga space. If you're laying down in your yoga space, you can put something over your eyes to encourage a little bit more inward attitude. If you're sitting, try resting your left hand on your right with your thumbs touching and resting that on your lap. Close your eyes. We're going to have about a 1 minute Shavasana. Like I said, you can do this laying down or sitting up. Wherever you are, release all effort of breathing. Allow the hinge of your jaw to relax. Allow your tongue to relax. Allow the front of your throat and the area around your collarbones to relax. And having released all effort of breathing, you might begin to feel as if your breath is breathing you. Allow each breath to be unique, just like the ocean tide. Every wave is similar to the one before, and yet unique. Every wave, the perfect resolution of the forces that created it. Every breath in a body at rest is a result of that body's wisdom. Having released all effort of breathing, release all muscular effort. Allow your muscles to let go of your bones. And feel your bones floating in the oceanic waters of your body. And having released all muscular effort, release all effort being. And as we begin to gather ourselves back from our short Shavasana, the end of a short physical practice, listen for your heartbeat. One more time, smile with the back of your mouth, lifting the soft palate, awakening both the gustatory and the olfactory senses. Feel your breath in your nostrils and try to feel all of your skin at once. Finally, circle your eyes behind your eyelids, one direction and then the other. And then turn your head, move your face stretch. If you're laying down, come up to sitting. We're going to practice a cooling breath called Shitkari. I like to call it radiator breath. So for this cooling breath, I want you to imagine that you have two channels down either side of your spine that go to a small flame just below your navel. And as you draw the breath in through your teeth, that's your radiator. The breath comes down and it actually feeds this flame, but it feeds it the perfect amount. Not too hot, not too cold. Goldilocks. If you're overheated, it's going to have a cooling effect. And then you exhale, imagine the products of that flame, any smoke, anything that's been combusted, coming up and out of your nostrils. One more breath. And then focus on the simple sensations of breathing. And we're going to practice compassionate abiding. In this meditation, as we inhale, we're going to be really present with a way that we, in fact, suffer. We're not conjuring suffering, we're not creating it. We're simply acknowledging something that's already there. Perhaps it's a grief or a loss. Perhaps it's a physical sensation, a pain. Perhaps it's something that we're missing. Perhaps it's a suffering that manifests as worry or anxiety about our political situation, regardless of where you are on that spectrum, or about your own household or your own person. Pick a particular suffering that you, in fact, live with. And on your inhale, allow yourself to really feel what that feels like. As you exhale, imagine a great wave of compassion cascading down over and even through your body and your whole experience. Inhale, be present with, and exhale. Allow the wave of compassion to sink in to every system and every cell of your body. Inhale. Be present with what you feel. And exhale. Allow yourself to receive that wave of compassion. Continue in this way. Really just giving yourself a few minutes to acknowledge and get real with yourself about something that's with you. Even though it may not be what you would want or choose, probably isn't. We spend so much of our days hardening or armoring against things that we find painful, anxiety-provoking, or worrisome, and holding them at bay so that we can do and be who we need to be. But for these few minutes, lavish some of your most precious asset on yourself, your attention, and turn it to a part of your experience that you might otherwise neglect. Inhale and be present with some part of your experience that you find painful. And exhale, allow yourself to receive a wave of compassion. Every exhale like a wave of compassion cascading down over and even through your body. And then imagine everyone in the world who suffers in the same way that you do, with the same grief or the same pain, the same anxiety or the same worry. Inhale and imagine that communion, that community. And then exhale and allow your wave of compassion to go out to all of those people. Inhale and be present with not only your pain, grief, anxiety, or worry, but knowing that there are others who feel the same, and as you exhale, allow your compassion to move through your experience and out into theirs. Inhale and be present with. Exhale. And allow your own compassion to ripple out into the world, into others who share your experience. Take 3 more breaths in this way. On an inhale, bring the 2 palms of your hands to touch with your thumbs at your sternum. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for being. I hope that you'll consider the Jesus Silva Scholarship Fund if yoga is something that is beyond your means, so that you can practice in community. And otherwise, check out the packages and memberships at badlandsyoga.com. And otherwise, I will see you here next week on Thursday and Friday for more Facebook Live yoga. Until then, feel free to comment. Let me know what you would like to practice next week and how you're celebrating your embodied independence this weekend. Namaste.